I feel like the guys showed a greater amount of resilience. Everybody bounced back, everybody was on tempo, and guys were really getting after the day on the practice field, and that's what you like to see after a tough loss like that.
When you study Florida's defense, what stands out?
I mean, their whole defensive front, that stands out. That's probably one of the strengths of their football team, and it's something that really challenges the O-line, and it's something that you really look forward to, having matchups like this.
What makes them so good against the run? Who are some of the guys that you've seen, or is it scheme, or is it both?
I feel like it's a mixture, and you got guys that's coming off the rock, and they play pretty hard and intense up there, and that's probably what helps them be successful against the run.
James, are they a team that stacks the box and do, as David mentioned, does a lot of gimmick stuff, or they kind of say, this is my gap, I'm coming to get you, kind of play yourself?
They play a good mixture of things like that. They do have some stuff that might look a little queer to some of the lines, like different alignments and stuff like that, but they do come off the ball. They come off the ball real well, and they use the explosiveness.
You guys have not had great success running against them. How big of an incentive have they been for you guys this offseason?
I mean, that's something you always work for when you're going against a defensive line that's as good as theirs, and you want to be a good offensive line. That's what you judge yourself by, how you play against great defensive lines, and that's something that we all work so hard for in the offseason, and we all focus coming into this week.
Is it nice not to go against a really unconventional type of defense like Oregon was last week, more of a straight-up SEC defense?
I mean, it's nice because we've played against it before, played against the players before, and so now it's just a matter of getting back in there and just re-going over the film and just getting into the film so we don't have any questions when Saturday comes.
James, you've played down there. What's the challenges of playing in that environment?
I mean, it's a hostile environment just like most away games in the SEC, and it's just a matter of staying focused and making sure you're keeping everybody on the same page.
Are you guys aware of the streak, not having beaten this team in 8-9 games?
Yeah, we are aware of that, and that's something that's really a motivating factor. You want to be the team that turns it around.
Do you remember what were you doing back in 2004, last time Tennessee beat Florida? Can you think back that far?
I remember I was probably playing Little League basketball or something.
As an offensive line, how do you feel about the way y'all play so far this season?
I feel like as an offensive line, we really need to elevate our play. I feel like we've done some good things. We've done some things that we really need to improve on, and I feel like we all hold each other accountable because we hold each other to high standards than how we've been playing. We really want to step it up each week.
There's a lot of areas you think I need to improve.
I think just an overall leverage at some points in the game, and guys getting up on the second level and sustaining blocks and things. Just things that you work on in practice, but you really need to transfer it over to the game.
There's a lot of talk outside the locker room about who's starting quarterback, which running back's going to be going. How does that affect you guys?
With us, a lot of times, we really don't even, we so comfortable with all these guys. We got snaps with all the quarterbacks, and we block for all the running backs. We just want whoever coach put back there, we comfortable with it, and we ready to just go give our all for whoever's back there.
Do you remember your first start, James?
My first start, yes.
What do you remember about that? I mean, where was that? Was it here or on the road?
My first start was in Memphis.
Okay.
So it was on the road, but it wasn't really like an away game because it was kind of a bowl site.
Can you imagine being a quarterback and your first start is on the Swamp? How challenging would that be?
I feel like that would be something that's really nerve-wracking, but I feel like the unit that we have on offense, when you got 10 guys around you supporting each other, that you can overcome any of that.
James, how would you rate this unit's physicality through 3 games? Your unit's physicality through 3 games.
I feel like it's been glimpses where it's been really good, and it's been times where it kind of fell off to where we don't need it to. So I feel like it's something that we focus on every week. And Coach Mahoney, he wants us to be a nasty offensive line. He wants us to get after it. So that's something we always harping on improving.
Is that a premium this week? I mean, you can't play them and not be.
I mean, especially because this game right here, how important the run game is going to be. You have to be physical in the game like this.
James, talking to Juwan yesterday, you said that you guys kind of watched the film of Oregon on Sunday, and then you were going to go watch it yesterday with Coach Mahoney. What was that session like? Was he pretty upset with how y'all played, or how did he?
I mean, he was more upset about missed opportunities that we had, and it really wasn't a just put down session, but it was just we were trying to address areas where we need improvement and focus on what we need improvement going on into this next game because we opened up the SEC this week.
Were you guys happy with how you played on Saturdays?
No, we're not happy. Whenever you come out of a game and your offense don't have production like that and you don't get the rushing yards that you want, offensive line not happy with that. We know that we hold each other accountable to high standards in that.
How'd you grade out?
Not as good as I did in the first 2 games, so that's something I really take upon myself to get in there and make sure I'm doing extra this week to elevate my play as well.
Was there anybody that graded out high that you look at and say that's kind of what we're shooting for? Who graded out the highest, do you think?
I believe Zach Fulton did, and Zach's always a pretty consistent guy, so everybody's always trying to get up and be as consistent as Big Zach.
James, what would it mean to you to end this losing streak against Florida?
I mean, it would mean a lot more than it just being my senior year, but just being something for Tennessee and for Team 117, and that's something that we are focusing on this week to go out there and try to get accomplished down there in the swamp.
What is it about this defensive line folks? I know that they're regarded as one of the best in the country, but what is it about them that stands out that makes them so good?
I feel like they play their technique well and they're explosive off the football, and that's good things for defensive linemen. That helps them get into offensive linemen and get offensive linemen out of their fits.
Thanks, James.
James, how much would it kind of mean? This game mean anything different to you personally after the way things went a couple of years ago? I know you moved on from that, but I mean, I know it was a tough thing.
I mean, just it being an SEC game and it being Florida and this being the rivalry they have with Tennessee, like it means that much to me. Like what happened in the past, it really like the fact that we lost means more than my own personal performance.
But the way you look back on it is, I don't want to say it's a good thing because it was a nightmare day, but I think you've become a kind of a better player since then. Did you kind of take that mindset?
Because after it happened, it really gave me time to really refocus and focus on my fundamentals, and that helped me going on into my next year and up until now.
That really hasn't been a problem since, has it?
No, not really, not like that.
There was only one last week that was a little high, right? Other than that, they were
it was pretty good.
How critical is it going to be to establish the run? I know your history of this series, the team that runs the ball better typically wins. Is it more important than even both Saturdays?
Yeah, especially with that stat like you just quoted, like when you saw that the person who leads in rushing has been winning in 22 of the past 23, that just lets you know that much more emphasis is being put on the run game and how much more essential it is for us to establish a run game in this game.
What was it like going out today, seeing the Florida decals on helmets? Was that kind of fun hitting some people around?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something, Coach does a lot of things to motivate us, man. That's something to really get you motivated and let you understand how serious this rivalry is and how serious this football game coming is with our SEC opener and it being Florida.